Hey everyone, Rachel Folden with Folden Fast Pitch here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about timing. Now, as we get in the middle of the season, it becomes very, very difficult to make mechanical adjustments on the fly. Mechanical adjustments take weeks and weeks, months and months of work. So when you're in the middle of a season and you need to make a timing adjustment, here's one way that can help. So whether you're someone who is just a heel lift and go kind of player, or someone who has a bigger forward move, or even someone with a nice high leg kick, doesn't matter. I want you to think of your forward move. When your weight begins to leave your backside, I want you to think of that as 0 on a number line. And then I want you to think of when the front foot becomes weighted as being 10 on the number line. Once the front foot becomes weighted, that's when we're going to initiate our sequence of our swing. So if we think of the beginning of our forward move as 0, and when our front foot becomes weighted as 10, we can now make the adjustment that I'm going to tell you about. So when the pitcher releases the ball, or whether you're playing baseball or softball, when the pitcher releases the ball, you want to adjust where you should be on that number line at release. So if the pitcher is faster, you obviously want to be closer to 10 at release. If the pitcher is slower, you want to be closer to 0. So if we can adjust when we begin our forward move, which is much easier to adjust than when our front foot comes down, we can now increase the likelihood of being on time with the fastball of that pitcher. So if we have, let's say we're playing in a softball game and we've got a pitcher throwing 50 miles per hour at the high school level, we want to make sure that when our forward move begins, when she releases the ball, we're about at 0 or 1 when she releases that pitch. And now my forward move is going to happen when the ball is in flight. So that way when my front foot comes down, I'm ready to initiate my swing. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, let's say that pitcher is throwing 60 or even faster than 60, 65 miles per hour. We want to be closer to 10 when that pitcher releases the ball. So if we're closer to 10, we're going to have to initiate our sequence as the ball is in flight, so that way we can be on time with that fastball. Now, same thing goes for baseball. If you've got a high school pitcher throwing 70, 75 miles per hour, you probably want to be closer to 0 when that pitcher releases the ball. So that way, your forward move is when the ball is in flight. We can weight our front foot and initiate our sequence and be on time with that fastball. Or if a pitcher's throwing 90, we want to make sure we're closer to 10 when that pitch is released and beginning our sequence earlier, so that way we can be on time with that fastball. Now, obviously there are going to be off-speed pitches that we're going to have to adjust for after our front foot becomes weighted. This drill is simply to help you be on time with the fastball. And obviously if you can be on time with the pitcher's fastest pitch, it's much easier to adjust to the off-speed stuff than it is to be late for the fastball and then have to worry about that off-speed stuff as well. So this is just a drill, this number line drill of 0 to 10 is a great thing for a hitter to think of at release point as to where they need to be. So make sure you do your work in the on-deck circle, and when you're in the hole waiting to get into the on-deck circle, in figuring out where you need to be when that pitcher releases the ball in your forward move. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you check out Folden Fast Pitch online, where we have a great online portal for remote training and all the plans are customized. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.